gentlemen, welcome to it.
Good morning to the folks. What up to the youngins and bless up to the world.
And then Tay just put your info on blast like that.
It's what the people want to know, bro. My bad.
Nah, bro.
Good morning, everybody. Yay, man, it's Thursday morning, and we are so happy to be with you on the Inside Show with none other than Talk with Joan Thursdays. And so we have a wonderful lineup for you this morning, and we are talking on a very interesting topic this morning, and that is women and beauty. Aye, man. Women can never be separated from beauty. That's just it. So I don't know about you, but if you have anything to say, any comments, please speak to us, and we will be so happy to, in return, converse with you. So I'm going to ask Leanne, my co-host. Yeah, she's my host. I'm so happy you're here.
Yeah, we almost had a bit of a bluff seat today,
Yeah.
Insights family. But it's Thursday, and this is where we want to be, and this is what we want to do. We want to have a conversation with you. So log on, comments. We want to hear what you have to say. We are excited to kick off the 1st of August, Women's Month, with a conversation that we do love, and that is all about beauty. We have a wonderful guest in the house. She's gorgeous. She has a smile that can kill. She has legs for days, and her name is Samantha Edwards. So thank you for joining us and gracing the Inside Show with your presence. We are so chuffed that you are going to talk to us about just a host of things. And so we would like you also just to greet our Insights family, and then we'll go over to our question.
I think that was a very nice introduction. Thank you very much, Leanne. Must say I love Joan's energy, and welcome to all the viewers. I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited for us to talk about all things women, health, and beauty.
Right. I love that. So yes, guys, our mirror question today to you. You know how we roll, right? You know the things now. So and also, man, if you didn't subscribe yet, come on now, come on. Just hit that bell, and you'll know what is going on the Inside Show. So come on now, man. You've wasted time, so just hit that bell, and you will be able to know what is happening day after day on the Inside Show. So we just have our mirror question. I'm sure you have your mirror out, right? Because you know on a Thursday we speak to that girl that's looking back at you, right? So Leanne's going to actually ask you the mirror question.
Yes.
So yay.
Well, like you know, this is how we roll. We always have our mirrors in studio, so we're going to talk to ourselves always. But the question today... I'm asking myself as well. The question today is, what is the number one beauty hack that you can thank yourself for? What is the number one beauty hack that you can thank yourself for? Something that you've learned later or now, but something that you can definitely thank yourself for doing every single day. And that is our mirror question today. Do you guys want me to start?
Yeah.
I do have a funny confession though. Lately, because it's winter, and I think my skincare isn't been moisturizing enough, I have applied Vaseline to my face.
Yeah, but they say Vaseline works, right?
Really? And it was out of pure desperation. I was in the bathroom one night and I had done my skincare routine. I woke up in the middle of the night with this, the pulling when your face is that dry. And, obviously we're in the winter season, so the atmosphere is quite dry. And I just slugged my face with Vaseline, and I felt so much relief. And I was feeling so bad for getting so much relief from plain old Vaseline. But my beauty hack, I think something that has worked for me. I don't go to bed without cleansing my face. So that's my number one beauty hack. I don't go to bed without cleaning my face.
Yeah, that's me.
And
you're actually stealing
me
mine.
too.
I just wanted to say that. I never go to bed with makeup. I never. I can come
girl.
in the morning hours in the house.
Yeah.
But I will not go to bed with makeup on my face.
Yeah.
I will do the full routine, right? You have your wash, you have your toner, you have your
Yeah,
whatever.
you do it with one eye open, but you will, you
man,
must.
you have to take off the mascara because you never know,
wake up
guys.
like a raccoon the next day. You
Yeah.
don't-
The bedding's a
And I
mess.
think that is
The
that
pores.
is yeah, that is my thing. I didn't know about all the other things like the collagens and the whatever. You know, in my days, I think it's I don't know whether it was there or whatever. I only
You're an angel.
heard about it recently
Yeah.
from a friend of mine. So yeah, so that is what it is. So what you see, that's it. I don't think it's bad though. But I think
No,
the
it's
thingy
gorge.
helped me. The routine helped me.
Yes, it does.
You know,
Saves you.
to at least wash your face. Yeah.
It does.
It does.
So over to Sam.
Okay, so my beauty hack all the years when everybody asked me was always vitamin JESUS. I never went a day without, because when you pour
Really?
yourself with Jesus on the inside first,
Okay.
you get a different natural glow.
Really?
that,
Yeah,
you
true.
know,
That's a
and
very
then
true thing.
beauty shines from the inside, but your body changes over the years.
It does.
And my
And sometimes
then
you don't know where it wants to be.
so
Ask me, I'll
everything
tell you.
changes, you know. And unfortunately, there's certain things that you can't avoid. And when you have babies, your body
Yes,
changes. When you have one baby,
absolutely.
it changes. When you have two babies, it changes
Yes.
more.
When you have three,
And-
it changes
Yeah,
more.
and we hat-trick chicks here, so
Add all those things together, and then the body just reacts differently. It
That's
does
a
things
fact.
differently. So my beauty hack, beyond a shadow of a doubt, it is collagen. I do collagen with everything. I've got a collagen cream in my skincare range. Used to use it only at night and the moisturizer in the morning. Now I actually use it in the morning as well.
Wow.
I've got a collagen powder. We're actually going to busy adding a collagen powder to our own range as well. And I do collagen powder every night. When there's events, I actually do collagen powder morning and evening. And then I've got a weight loss clinic where we do lipolysis, laser lipo injections. And in those injections, we actually went ahead and made sure that the ingredients that we use and the products that we use actually has collagen in it as well.
Oh, that's
So
wonderful, because
we
that
inject the
actually
collagen
then
in the body.
yeah. What I'm
Yes.
getting, Sam, is that you really like collagen.
Ooh,
a lot.
it's a
Eh? So
magic
yes,
trick.
so
And
so I will
it's
actually try that. Eh?
No,
I will
you do.
try it.
And
It
you know
works.
what's interesting though is that I do collagen, but very minimally. And listening to you speak about the amount of collagen or the different forms of collagen that you take is quite interesting. I
Yeah.
think I must take a
I'm
look
telling
at
you,
that,
you'll
because
see
I
the
would simply just
difference.
do the collagen powder in a beverage for the day, and that would be it.
makes a massive difference.
Right, I don't know what you are using out there, so just speak to us, man. I would like to know what, because I can funk tips, you know. I won't yell you. I'll just funk tips, right? So yeah, we see then from a very young age, women are raised to live up to unrealistic beauty standards. You know, we find that in our magazines, in our newspapers, in our televisions, on television, you find that they show the beautiful woman on there. We can't be too fat, we can't be too thin, we can't wear too much makeup. There's always those standards,
Yeah.
you know, that goes with women. Not really. That is
you're
no
right.
standards to men, but to women,
Yes.
there are quite a few
Yes,
standards.
Yes. Unrealistic expectations.
But you do
Unrealistic,
also see men
unrealistic.
popping into the beauty regimens and being more deliberate
Now,
about
yeah.
their skincare. And, you know, you do have the metrosexual man now. So it is quite interesting. And I know that men do this beauty routine now where they also do their brows. I've
They
seen...
do everything.
Yes, they do.
I had my
Are
nails
you
done
serious?
yesterday, and a guy walked in to have a
Yeah,
mani and
I
a
was
pedi.
quite
And
shocked.
a very heterosexual male that walked in
Exactly.
to have a mani and a pedi.
Yes.
Are
And,
you
and
serious?
just
I'm
very, very
serious,
plain
they do
about it.
Oh, I haven't seen that before. But yeah, to my guest, yeah.
Come I tell you a secret?
Yeah?
I don't know if I'm going to get into trouble for this, but my husband actually uses my collagen cream day and night, morning and night.
That's actually
I
good.
I
So
can
I must get
corroborate.
my-
I can
I must-
corroborate that secret. So my husband and I go for a couples massage, and so the consultant or the masseuse or the therapist asks us, what is your routine? But now I'm listening to them asking my husband. So he's like, oh, your skin is so great. What are you using? He says, whatever my wife has in her cupboard.
It is the same, uses my oil, everything.
Yeah, because they figure it's it works for her. I mean, surely
Yes.
it's gonna
Yes.
it's gonna do
work
something good for me.
Yes. So my husband must actually get to
Yes,
my
you
cupboard.
must just go to your
He must
cupboard.
go to my
Sort
cupboard. Yeah.
yourself out.
So with all these standards, we cannot please everybody. So my first question to you, Samantha, is why is beauty so important to women? What would you think?
You know, Joan, I think, to be honest, the pressure that society puts on us, I think definitely is a contributing factor. But I think if you even take that out of the picture, as a woman, when you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, psychologists always say, then you do good.
Absolutely. So.
And that's usually, when it comes to things like depression, that's the first thing they say is get up,
Yeah, that's
get out
true.
of bed, get dressed, put on your makeup, and look as if you're about to do something and it's about to. And it really makes a difference. So I think that's one of the main reasons why it is important. Looking
Yeah, very
after
important.
yourself physically in every single aspect, whether it is your fitness, whether it is your skin, whether it is your dress code, it just makes you feel so much better about yourself.
That's true.
It does. And
That's
in
very true.
fact, Joan, if Violet was here, she would actually testify to that. She had a bout of depression and she
Yeah.
struggled with that for a
Yeah.
long time. And then she said, but the one thing that she did do is hold the standard of how she looked.
Yeah.
And she said it
Yes.
actually
Yeah,
pulled
it
her
pulled
out
her
of many
out of it,
things.
yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
it's tried, tested, and proven. And I think that's great advice.
Yeah, and I also can confirm that, many times you don't feel like,
No, you
especially if your
don't.
spirit's down. A majority of women and men who are depressed want to stay in bed. They want to hide from themselves.
Yeah.
So I think it is important then to just get up, go look yourself in the mirror. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Get dressed. Do something for yourself that will pull you up, that will help you.
Yeah, I can actually testify to that also. My mom passed away about 1.5 years ago.
Wow.
And there was a time that that was really, really hard. And I went through a bit of a depressive phase also. And I have, in all of my years, I think we all go through depressive phases and stages in our lives, whether it is just, I feel depressive, or whether it's actual clinical depression. Whether you are medicated or unmedicated or not, there are spaces in our lives we all go through rough times. And I've always had the rule with myself that when I feel that way, I know that feeling only too well of like, I just don't want to get out of this bed.
true.
I don't want to open the curtains. I don't
Yes.
want to take the cover off. And I always had a rule with myself that if and when that ever happens, I've had a 3-day rule. If it is possible for me to stay in that bed, I would allow myself like, okay, stay here, feel whatever you are feeling, go through it, work through it, feel it, be it, just.
Yeah.
But my rule with myself was always 3 days max.
Yeah,
Like after 3 days,
Yeah.
no,
You're
girl.
done, you're done.
You
Yeah.
got
You
to
have
get
to get up.
There's- Your
Yeah.
3 days is up.
It's up,
You're
yeah.
done. And I'm not saying that I'd make it a 3
Yeah,
days,
yeah,
but
yeah.
my 3 days was my max to say, now you're going to get up, you're going to shower, you're going to get
That's
dressed,
correct.
you're going to do as if it is a
That's
normal
right.
day. And that 3-day rule has always carried me. Because whether we want to admit, and we don't like to admit when we feel depressed or not feeling good or things are not going well, but I've been there also where you just don't want to get out of bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It actually
That's
sounds
true.
like a bit of a self-care hack too.
It
Yeah.
is that 3-day
It's
rule.
like 3
just
days.
goes
No,
everywhere
and
with
you know,
me.
it's also necessary not only to power through difficult times, but also give yourself that time, because the time is
Yes.
also necessary.
You need to feel it.
To just tap out and restore yourself. So I like that 3-day. I like that 3-day vibe.
Yeah, because it's something that you can actually also take for yourself.
Yeah.
It's a tip you can take for yourself. You can't
Yeah.
stay in that depressive mode all the time.
Yeah,
But also,
you can't.
I think the
No.
important part also in that is you have to acknowledge how you are feeling. Allow yourself
That's what
to
I
feel
was
it.
saying.
Feel
Don't
that.
suppress
That's
it.
correct.
Yeah, don't
correct.
suppress it.
You don't
because
have to
the
deny
suppressing-
yourself that time. Yeah.
Yes.
But beauty itself is so complex, and you've also managed to penetrate the market in different ways. You hold a standard of beauty. I believe that you still compete and do beauty pageants. I mean, that's so much fun. And then thirdly,
It is.
I mean, the beauty industry worldwide is like $1 billion, not even rand, $1 billion industry.
Yeah.
So you can see
Yeah.
It's
how
actually a $34 billion industry worldwide.
it's crazy.
Yes.
So we talk about, I mean, it's so marketable. It's completely marketable. And so I'm saying you've actually managed to almost penetrate most of its spheres. And you have a beauty line.
I do.
So what inspired you to okay, besides the obvious motive now, because there's definitely a market for beauty.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, and then, but I mean, if I think about myself, I would think there's so much out there already. You know, why would people buy my line, or why would I be bold enough to do that?
Yes.
And I mean, that's an incredible
Yes.
perspective. So don't you want to share with us, you know, what inspired you to do that, and how did you
Yeah.
manage to how did you get your foot in that?
I think my own skin and my own struggles was what inspired me. Not I think it is. I struggled when I was not even as much a teenager. I didn't have that much. I didn't have acne-prone skin, but I would have these blemishes on my cheeks that I just would struggle to get rid of. And whenever I had my menstruation cycle, I would get acne either here or sometimes here. I was never one prone to pressing or popping, or I would just leave it to go through its natural process. But it always left a mark.
Yeah.
Always. And I couldn't get rid of it. And I tried everything that was available growing up. And whenever I did find a skincare product that did work, it never worked for more than a year. It's like my skin it's like medication. Your body builds up a resistance to it after a while, then it doesn't have the same effect after
Yeah.
a while. So what ended up happening with my skin with skincare was exactly the same thing. Is my skin would build up this resistance, and that would happen. And I would get so frustrated because now I have to change to something else. I've got to find something new. And I've got to go through this trial and error process of something. And I had this overly sensitive skin. And I've got to make sure that I'm not reacting. And it costs a lot of money. Now
Yeah,
you're
that
buying
is.
and then
And it's
3 days.
expensive.
It's expensive. 3 days later, like, okay, my skin is reacting. I've got to find something else. What do I do
And it
with
takes time because they will tell
So
you 4
much.
months. They would tell you 4 months to give the new skincare line a chance to actually
Yes.
work. So yeah,
and
it's very frustrating.
unfortunately, but my skin was just hypersensitive, especially here around the nose area. I would just go bloodshot red on a regular basis if my skin was reacting to something. So I always had that issue, and I always vowed and said to myself, one day I'm just gonna do my own skincare.
Your own skincare.
And then we launched initially beginning of last year, January of last year. But I had been working with different manufacturers for about 2-3 years prior to that. And every single product I've always used on myself first. I was my first little test tube.
Yeah.
And then I have my little focus group, which includes family, friends, and
Naturally.
a few others. But my first test tube was always me. And I'm so proud to say that we're in a year and a half down the line, plus our about 3 years that we were testing. So for about 4 years, I've been using my own products, and it's not that 1 year mark. And so my things have worked, and that was my inspiration. Was myself,
What is the name of
my
your
own. It's
your
called
line?
Je suis,
Wow.
by Samantha Edwards, and Je suis is French for I am. And
Oh,
it is
beautiful.
in honor of the great I am. That was my
Beautiful. I am.
And
So,
Je suis.
Je suis.
Je
So,
suis.
so we can speak French there.
Yes.
Je suis. Yeah,
you
a little
can.
bit of French there.
You can.
For you. Yeah. So I want to know if we must actually describe what is the beauty of a woman.
Yeah.
Where does it stem from? You said something profound when you opened up and introduced yourself. You said it comes from within. So
does.
yeah, I believe in that.
does.
I believe that it that's where it comes from.
does.
You know, it shines. It starts within you,
It gives you a natural
and it
glow.
shines from without.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So what would you say in that regard, of beauty, the beauty of a woman?
It is. I think nature definitely describes a lot of our beauty. You could fall in love with someone's nature and someone's kindness and someone's soul. So I think that is important. And what does the Bible say? That charm and beauty is deceitful, but a woman that fears the Lord
Yes.
Must be praised.
must
Yeah.
be praised.
Yes.
So you do see that, and it's like you're saying, from being a beauty practitioner that beauty is actually very holistic.
Yes,
Because
it is.
it stems
is.
from your hydration, what you
Yeah,
drink,
yeah.
what
Yep.
you eat, and your life perspective.
Absolutely.
And it's our beauty is also very connected to our emotions, I think. Have you ever caught yourself like being angry and then you see in a mirror and you go like, "Ugh," you know?
You look different. Your
Yes.
countenance changes.
or your
Yeah.
or your expression, you can catch yourself looking really ugly, and it's just because your face is contorted
yeah,
in a way
yeah,
that carries
yeah.
a lot of strain.
And once again, it is what is within.
yes,
That
Yeah.
is shining from without.
Yes.
Because that's why I believe that it starts within.
It
If you
does.
have a bad attitude and you have blue eyes and you are so fair and have like my hair now, right? I have long hair. I have long hair.
It looks so beautiful.
So right, guys. Even if you have everything is on its place from without. But if you are an ugly person, that's gonna shine.
Yes, it filters through.
It's gonna filter through.
Yeah.
It does.
It's everybody is gonna actually see you as that ugly person.
Yeah.
Not ugly per se, the outer appearance, but from within.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where it starts.
Yes.
And
Definitely.
how beautiful is it? Even more beautiful for women who actually knows Jesus Christ.
Amen. to
You know
that.
what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
Big-
What do
big
people
into
always
that.
like to say? Die Here maak jou mooi.
Because it's true. You glow.
Yeah, that's
You
a
do.
quirky,
You
that's a
and
quirky.
yes, and people sometimes look like sin, and people look like salvation. So I
True.
think I'm just saying that it's a holistic,
No,
it's a
it
very
is.
holistic thing, and
It
beauty
is.
does lie in the eye of the beholder. I
Absolutely
don't
so.
think
It
there's
does.
one
I was gonna
beautiful
No,
say that.
person.
definitely.
There's so much beauty in
Yeah,
the world.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually going to say that that statement used to be such a cliche of beauties in the eye of the beholder. But I won't. I'll never forget the following. When I was in India with the Mrs. Glam World pageant early on in the year, they actually asked me a very similar question to what we were discussing when the show started. But the question they asked me actually was what took me through to the top 6. And the question was about body shaming and the image of women out there in the world at the moment, and what the beauty industry is doing in terms of that, and whether or not it's positive or negative. And I remember responding about the Nivea campaign,
Yeah,
the Dove campaign,
yeah.
and the current Skims campaign, where they use women of all shapes, sizes, colors, height, everything. And it's such a beautiful thing because it has taught women to celebrate themselves. You don't have to be a size 4 in order to be
Absolutely.
deemed gorgeous.
Absolutely.
And that conversation with them, because that's what it felt like with the judges, was so comfortable, so easy. It felt like a conversation. The one thing that shone through is that beauty is indeed in the eye of the beholder. Some people love blondes. Some
That's
people love
true.
brunettes.
That's true.
So, for somebody that loves blondes, the brunette is not going to
Yeah,
be the beauty.
yeah, it's not in my
And some
mind.
people love blue eyes, some people don't.
yeah.
Some people prefer somebody that's tall.
Yeah.
Some people prefer
Some people love
people
butts.
that
Some men
like,
love butts.
Yes, true.
That's true.
Are you saying buds or butts? What do you
Butts. Sorry, butts.
Some women like men that are very big built and muscular, and some
I was
So
tempting Joan there, but No, it is
So
true.
definitely beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And you're right. Some men like women that are much bigger. Some men like women that are smaller. And some men just couldn't be bothered.
Absolutely
And
so.
some women, they are adamant that they want to be tiny, and other women just like, I embrace my body. I love it, you know. And Joan, you are so right. Butts is
Yeah.
such a big thing these days,
Literally
you know,
and
with
figuratively.
women, you know. Some want really
Butts,
small ones, some want
The two
really
Bs,
big.
yeah.
Yes.
The B plus B.
Yes,
Butts and
some-
breasts.
Yes,
Yeah.
and everybody's got a different idea of what it should be, whether it should be big, whether it should be small,
Yes.
whether it should be a certain
Yes.
shape. I saw the other day on the internet, they've actually now got workout routines for you to be able to shape your butt in a certain way.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, this is like on another
That's
level.
fair. But let
So
me
it is in the eye of the beholder.
let me ask a bit of a question. What is your perspective on self acceptance? Now I'm mentioning that because with all these options available to us, Joan, jy kan môre blond wees.
Nee, ek kan môre
Yes.
gaan daai, ek kan dit nogals gaan.
yes.
Ja.
So there is an
Yes.
essence or there's a sense that you can play around with variety,
Yes,
which is
absolutely
which for me
so.
is fun
Yeah.
and healthy.
Me too.
But
I love
then
it.
we are getting to a place where people are doing things to themselves that make them unrecognizable. Like
Wow,
like
yeah,
I
that's
can't get to you.
Yeah.
So for what is your perspective on learning to accept yourself and still allowing yourself all the fun parts of being a woman and having access
Yeah,
to
whatever's
all those?
on the market.
Yeah,
For
both
now,
of you
and just
actually.
use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just use it.
I think for me, I love what you're saying, Lee, because it's so true. It is fun. It's nice to play with different nail colors, different shape colors, different
Yeah.
hair colors, different clothing styles, dresses, and it's nice to do that. And again, if I go back to the campaigns that I just mentioned, that's liberating
It
because
is.
it allows you the freedom to just be. That, you know, if you're in your 20s and you're a size 6, great. And if you're in your 40s and you're a size 16, great. You know, we love and celebrate that. And I'm all for experimenting with things and doing different things and trying different things as long as you're doing it for you.
Right.
Don't be doing it because you
someone
want to be
else.
pleasing
Yeah,
somebody else.
yeah. Yeah.
Don't do it because you want to catch a partner.
Yeah.
Don't do it because you're wanting to fit in with a
Yes.
certain group. Don't do it because you're trying to create a certain image. If you change your hairstyle, it's got to be because you want it, because you love it. If it makes you feel good, if it makes you feel liberated and at peace with, this is me, this is who I am, and I'm celebrating every
Amen.
ounce of who I am right now, yes, girl, do it. But
Yes.
if you're doing it for any other reason, don't do it.
I fully
Don't.
agree. I honestly do. What I would say is how can I say? It's not a cliche to me.
Yeah.
It's a real thing.
Yeah.
Be the best you that you can ever
Yes.
be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
boo.
Do you.
Yes.
Don't do someone else. Don't try and be someone
Don't be a
else.
carbon
because,
copy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you're gonna make the world boring. Because everybody come with their
Absolutely.
unique identity, with their uniqueness
Absolutely.
into this world to give something, you know, to just make it look beautiful. Do you
Absolutely,
understand?
I
That
agree.
makes the world beautiful.
Yeah.
It's with the different attitudes, the different vibes, the different
Yes.
perspectives, the different looks. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
But what makes a person actually feel, Leanne, on your question, that you're comfortable to be in this body,
Yes.
because the body is the suit,
Yes.
right? I put on a little bit of weight, and my friend and I always have this conversation. Growing up, you know, we were thin. I was a size 6.
Yeah, you were a little
and
twiggy.
then I was very thin, and I could wear anything
Yeah.
and look good.
And then
right?
your body changes.
My body changed.
We spoke
over
about
the
this
years.
before we started.
Right.
It
And not
changes.
And not only
There's nothing
change,
you
your
can do
body
about it.
surprises you. It's
It
like,
does.
what are you doing?
And in this year, it surprised me because I couldn't wear my clothes that I was used to it.
And no one
Wearing.
tells you like clothes,
And-
eh?
ah,
The clothes
yeah,
will tell you.
girlfriend.
Yes.
And you can't, and it's clothes that you really like, you know. I just love some of these items. I just adore.
Yeah.
But and especially those that I went out of my way, clothes that my husband bought when he
Yes.
was overseas. So
Yes.
you cherish those things, but
do. They've got
now I
sentimental
can't get
memories.
into it. So I have to release it
Yeah.
Or the
and give it
detachment.
to someone else.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
So you let it go, Joe.
I have to.
You didn't do the thing.
But
you didn't do the
I
thing
have
where you
a-
kept.
Yeah,
I
and then
have
you
a friend.
hoped.
I have a friend that is a little bit nice, and so
Yeah.
she gets it. She, I bless her, and my daughters. I first put it out for all
For
of
them,
my
yes,
daughters. I
yes.
say, come have a look what
Yeah.
you want, because these
I'm-
things are
I'm doing
going.
a-
So that is the thing. But what I want to say is, you have to make peace.
Yeah.
That listen, you are growing older. You're not
Yes.
staying
Yes,
young
yes.
forever.
Yes.
So
Move
you
on.
have to adjust. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to adjust in the way that you look,
Yes. you do.
appear, right?
And the
Yeah.
way you present
and,
yourself.
and the way you present yourself.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
how
You're
you
not a
your
crop
first-
top
your-
anymore.
Yeah. Can you imagine me with a crop top?
Not for you.
It's not me
It's
either.
not for me. So those are the things,
Yeah.
you know, that you have
True.
to look at
No.
in growing up.
I really respect what you're saying, because you're speaking wisdom into a very overwhelming era and perception.
Absolutely so.
And you know, people are clinging on to youth. And that's what I was talking about. But they can do it in an unnatural way, because you find
That's so
people
true.
doing a bit more than
That's
perhaps
so
they should. But I
true.
mean, that is really a personal preference and opinion. That's
But
how, yeah.
Lee, on that,
Yeah.
people want to show their tattoos.
Yeah.
So if the tattoo is on the back, they're going to use a crop top.
Okay.
If the tattoo is wherever, they always going to have that open,
Yeah.
just to reveal
Yeah.
that, I have a tattoo.
Yeah.
Because I see that's the end thing on the generation of today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And even you find it in the church too, where you sometimes feel that, hey, this is not going for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
So I
now
think-
you can't say anything.
You can't. I'm going to add another perspective in line with what Lee is saying. Let me first add by saying the following. I am I'm an accountant and tax consultant by profession, and business mentoring is what I do. I had my first business about accounting practice when I was the age of 23. I first started doing modeling when I was 18, and then I put all of that on hold. I won Miss Bikini and Miss GP Vibe in 1998, and then I put all of that on hold to go and finish my BCom degree, do what my parents want and need
Yes.
of me.
Yes.
To be the accountant,
Right.
started my own business, and then so I had to, but there was always the creative side of me that was niggling more, because I mean, the beauty side and accountant is two very
Yeah, it's
different
like
people.
worlds
You're not going to
apart.
walk into a room and like, she's an accountant. You're not going to. So I did that for many years. But in that process, I had that business for about 20 years. I bought and sold lots of other businesses in that process. It was a nice launching platform for a lot of things. And one of the businesses I bought during those years was a beauty salon that I owned for about 5 years. It was called La Bella Donna.
And you couldn't help yourself, hey?
Couldn't. It wasn't the first business board, but it was one of them. So when it came up, I was like, this is the one for me.
Yeah.
And we did a lot of things, but a lot of the basic stuff, you know, manicures, pedicures, we did facials, waxes, and then sold that business, like did a lot of things, etc. Now, I'm saying that to say, there is a lady at the moment that's got an aesthetics clinic.
Yes.
And she's wanting me to buy that from her and to run that. So I'm going to just elaborate a little bit in terms of what the aesthetics is, because it's a little bit different to just the normal beauty salon.
And it's amazing
Yes.
what is happening
Yes.
technologically.
That's very interesting, because I heard about this.
Yes.
By Evangelique,
Naturally.
Yeah, so I want to know more. I want to know.
It does all your standard things, manicures, pedicures, waxes, facials, but it does, we in the previous salon at La Belladonna, we did do peels, but very basic ones. Here they do very chemical peels, and I'm telling you, this is something to see. They do a peel on the face, and they take off. Did you know that I did an international beauty diploma with an academy in the UK. I never knew that the body is the skin, right, is considered an organ.
Yeah, it is your
and
largest
your skin
organ.
is your largest organ. I did that diploma 4 or 5 years ago. I didn't know that. Did you know? And I learned there. Did you know,
I'm
Joe?
telling you, I'm learning something. I hope you're learning something, right?
Did you know? Here's a little fact in that tuition process that shocked me. 70% of the dust in your house is from dead skin falling off from all of us.
Are you
walking around
serious?
on a daily basis, yes. Just think about it. If you rub like this, you're like, oh,
Where
there's
does it go to?
particles, right?
Yeah.
Even if you just do that,
That's
sometimes,
true, yeah.
or it falls off throughout the day and you don't realize 70% of the dust in your house is not dust falling from the roof.
It's from
it's
you.
the skin. It's
you.
the skin. So, you've got all these dead layers. So just think now, we've got makeup, we take facial scrub, we scrub it off, we do all sorts of things, etc. But there's these layers of the skin. So when they do a chemical peel, they put chemicals on and they let it dry. And when you buy a mask, you get different types of masks. Just take this skin. You get the clay mask, you get other ones. Then you get those peel-off ones. It looks like a piece of plastic that you're pulling off.
Yes.
Yeah.
So with a chemical peel, it's the same thing. It looks like a piece of
like a
piece of
mask
cling
almost.
wrap that I'm going to show you a video after this where they're pulling off, right? But it's actually pulling off the top dead layer of the skin. It is extraordinary. You look like a brand new human being, because all these, it's almost as if you have this blemish, this mark here, and when this little a cling wrap foil piece at the
Comes
top, as they
off.
pull it off,
It takes
you
it with
actually
it.
see that brown mark come off with it, and you can actually sit and watch it like that. So that's one of the things that's done in the aesthetics clinic. This particular lady has got a laser machine that does tattoo removal. They do.
Can't you take off all my
She
places?
can,
You
yes,
can.
yes.
Yeah. No, but I
They
hear you
do
on the aesthetics. They are almost like infinite in what they do.
Yes, they do Botox, they do
derma
fillers here,
pins.
where they fill up the wrinkles within the eyes here. If your skin is sagging, they do Botox.
Where's
that
this
lifts
lady
it.
girl? I need that girl.
The aesthetic clinics
They
are
do
amazing.
all sorts of things, if you've got wrinkles here. So that's basically what the aesthetics does. They can do anything and everything. The ladies where they've lost some hairline over here, they do injections that helps to stimulate the growth over here. They obviously do weight management, cavitation, RF, fat freezing, laser lipo, the injections, and all of those different things. But there are people that overdo it.
There is. And that's what I was aiming at.
Yes, so that's what I want to say, a different spin on what Leah's saying, and in line with it, there are a lot of ladies that overdo it. I have seen women walk in there that have had so much Botox on their forehead, because we get these lines from frowning and stress, and if they do that, nothing happens. Nothing. It's flush, Joan, like flush, absolutely nothing. That skincare clinic also does permanent makeup. So, because, your eyebrows thin out naturally.
That's correct,
Whether you
yes.
shape them
Yeah,
or
that's
not,
right.
they thin out.
Yeah.
Same with your eyelashes throughout the years, they thin out. Again,
That's what I see now with me.
they thin out. So they do permanent makeup, and they do eyebrows as well. And I've seen women walk in there. They obviously say how they want those eyebrows shaped. And it was one of the things, it was one lady that walked in, and I thought to myself, I think if I did take the decision to buy this,
I would not do the permanent makeup because I would not be able to go to bed knowing that I let you walk out here with an eyebrow that you're going to have for the rest of your life that just, you permanently look shocked.
Yeah, no, it is
It's
right.
got this one expression that you can't change.
But that's
You
what I
can't
was,
forever.
but that's what I was saying.
Those ones that looks up.
Yes.
I recently
exactly that.
I recently watched a movie and they had two prominent Hollywood actors on, and I remember these two people, was a male and a female, being very, very attractive people. Very attractive people. I don't know if I can say it out loud, so I'll just mention it as a story. And then we seen them now in this movie, and my husband and I sat down to watch the movie, and we both looked very perplexed. And I'm like, do these people look okay to you? And he was like, no, they look so weird. But it's the excess. And I think that it can also be, you can have a bit of dysmorphia after a while because when is something enough? Yeah. So that's why I'm talking about, beauty being almost balanced, where there is nothing
100%.
wrong with aging gracefully and beautifully.
100%.
There's also nothing wrong with looking your best and dabbling. But then you get
Yes.
something where the dysmorphia
They
hits
just
in.
don't look the same
Where
anymore.
you're doing everything to your face and then you start looking like a different creature.
Yes.
And I mean, he's passed on, but Kenny Rogers had these beautiful smiling eyes, and then obviously in a pursuit of, maintaining youth and popularity, and it's different for them because they on a worldwide stage, and standards are different, territory is different for them.
And money is different.
But he looked completely different, and so you don't want to get to a place where you're overwhelming
Yes.
yourself with
So
your
true.
options. Yeah.
So true.
Yeah.
We,
It's
True,
we actually
because
had
it can
similar
change you.
experience.
It changes your
It does,
appearance.
yeah.
It does. We had a similar experience. My best friend and I attended a service about 2 weeks ago. And the lady on the stage was a well-known pastor within South Africa. But she walked on the stage and I thought,
Hello.
okay, I was a bit confused to the extent that I actually turned and I said, is that?
Yeah.
And she's like, yes. And I said, wait, why does she look so different?
Yeah.
And then she said, she's a brunette now. She used to be blonde. And then I turned around and I said,
No,
no,
that's
she's
not
been a
it."
brunette for quite a while. I remember her being blonde, but this has changed now. And then, when the camera zoomed in and did a headshot and
Then you
just
saw what
remained
you-
there for a
yeah.
while, my friend turned around. She said to me, yep, you're right. Something is very different.
you
And then she
called it.
actually physically pointed out, she said, her cheeks are different, her eyes are different. So I said, that's exactly what I was seeing from the onset. She just looked like a completely different, the entire shape of her face was different. Completely,
Yeah.
to the extent that had I not been with someone, I would not have thought that was her. I was completely convinced this is somebody different.
Which means that's when you overdo it.
Yeah.
You're not
And
satisfied
she's beautiful.
with
Look, she
the
doesn't
white.
look.
Yeah.
She doesn't look. I'm not saying she doesn't look beautiful right now, and she was beautiful all along. I just think there was quite a bit done.
Yeah, a bit too much.
Yeah.
A bit too much.
But
a bit too much.
ironically, you know who does that and owns it and does it well? The superstar Cher. I mean, she will tell you, I've had
true.
everything done. I've spent a fortune on myself, and this is what I look like, and this is what I am. But
So true.
there's something, I don't know why, I just kind of accept it when she does it. Because, I mean, you should see her at like 70.
Just because she looks beautiful.
But the way, I think it's because
I
of the
think
way,
it's
she
does
owns
it.
Yeah.
Yes. And I also think the other person that does it well for me and owns it well is
Yeah.
Kris Jenner. She
looks good.
She is very good.
She's
She
good.
admits that she has
Yeah,
work
that's
done.
true.
Yeah, she says, I've done
she's-
it.
That's so
and she's
true.
aged gracefully. But in
Yes.
addition to that, also she does work out. She
Yes,
does eat well.
that's right.
And she doesn't.
Yeah,
do
so
it
I want to go to that
strangely.
now. I wanna
Yes,
go to
that's-
that.
She doesn't do it
the thing.
strange.
Yeah.
She doesn't look
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
You know,
She still looks herself.
yes, she's like just kind of
Yeah.
like, okay, tighten
Yeah.
this, just
Yeah,
don't
do that.
change
That's
the,
right.
my whole
and,
body.
and I think that's what it is for me. It's like people are going too far to the point where they don't like themselves.
True,
And
we've got an
that's the
identity
problem.
crisis in
Yes,
the world.
they don't like themselves. And it was also a good example of just going through that kind of public epiphany was Alicia Keys. because she
Okay.
wore makeup and then she decided she's going
Yeah,
to
she
step
went
out
on
of it.
this campaign.
Yeah, and she didn't wear
All
makeup.
natural.
Yeah,
Natural look.
without delving into
Yes.
psychology of it or the
Yes.
complete
I
scope
actually
of
read
it.
her book, and where she talks about that. It's amazing.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can share on that. But what I do like is that she accepted herself the way she looked.
Yes.
I appreciate that because
Me too.
Because it's how you look.
Yes.
It's naturally how you look.
Yes.
So like that at least. About
Yeah,
yourself.
and that is getting to know the person looking back at you every
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
You know, and feel satisfied.
Yeah.
With
And-
what I see.
Yes, and our modern day life and society is dictating that beauty is everything,
Yeah,
and it isn't.
it's not.
So you have these young girls coming up within this, plethora
Era.
of
Yes,
beauty
that's right.
options. But is there something more valuable? Like I like the fact that you say, these were my interests. This is what I liked as a young girl. I wanted to do this. I was a model. But then I did the value thing.
Yes,
I went, I
that's
finished my
right.
BCom. I did
That's
this.
right.
I took my parents' advice. I followed through, and then
Came
and,
back
and, they,
and
and
did
then
my
look there,
passion.
and it,
Yes.
and in that life made a way for you, or God made a
Yes.
way for you to come eventually back. But the
Yes.
value judgments are different.
Yes.
You idolize this
That's
beauty
a fact,
standard,
eh?
and it's not
Yes.
it's not
That's so
everything.
true.
There's so
Yes.
much more
Yes.
that you need to aspire
Yeah,
to.
absolutely.
true.
So if you maybe
So
can
true.
go into that.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, but my thing was actually to get to the side of when you want to feel and look beautiful, there are certain things that goes with it. You know what I'm saying? So I actually would love you to delve into that. You see what I'm saying? The way you eat, the way you,
Right.
yeah. So that's a thing that I want to really delve into.
So, Joan, I have to tell you this. I won Mrs. Universe Africa 2024 at the beginning of the year. And I remember not being here. I almost think it was it's either in India or just when we came back from Bali. I can't remember. But somebody asked me a question because obviously now when you take a title like that, everything changes. Your public platform changes, your social media changes, and you now have to be very careful because you are now aligned with a certain brand.
That's
because
correct,
you're reigning
yes.
now for the
Yeah,
next year, so you
right.
have to represent the organization in a particular way. You got to be very careful in terms of the statements you make, what you put out there, and so everything is curated in a
Yeah.
different way.
Yeah.
So my social media definitely changed. If you just go into my Instagram and you just take a good scroll to a year back, you'll see how it's. Yes, there was a time when I was in certain pageants, and part of the coaching that was given was I was told okay, you have to post some of the following because the judges are, it's not just that 2-hour show that everybody sees. And it's not just a week of pageantry before that where we're going through judging and different outfits. Some of the pageants are 3 months long, 6 months, 8 months long, very long. And you've got to do charity work, you've got to meet certain criteria. There's a whole lot of KPIs that has to be met. I mean, just think realistically about it. If you're in Mrs. South Africa, you're actually applying for the job of representing the country for the next year and then going to represent the country on a global stage. So you're
Yeah, it's
applying for
very
a job
like an
and a big
ambassador.
one, yes. So you have to really be on point with. So there's a time where you are told okay, put out there that, this is my favorite food, this is what I do with my family, but you're not saying it out. You got to display
mind,
that
yeah.
in a picture
Yeah,
format
yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
So everything kind of changes a little bit. And then when you do get the title, now it's very different again. Okay, you're not telling people anymore my favorite food is sushi and seafood. You now have to present a different type of image. And I remember somebody asking me the one day, in the behind the scenes, they asked me, so what is your favorite outfit? You've got all these beautiful dresses, and which one is your favorite? And I laughed and I said, my tracksuit pants and t-shirt. Oh, you did. I did.
Yeah,
That's
because-
my favorite because you
just
get
comfortable.
you got to dress up all the time. It takes hours. Like when we have pageant week, in answer to your question, when we have pageant week, so normally when there's a pageant, you have this 2-hour show that people see at the end. What they don't know is that there's a whole 7 to
Preparation.
10 days before that 2-hour show, that is gruesome. It's 12 to 14-hour days every day. You are so drained and exhausted at the end of it that you got to be up. There's an entire itinerary that usually starts at about 7 in the morning. And by the time you appear for breakfast at 7 in the morning, you have to be
You are done.
full kit. Hair, makeup,
Full
dress,
face.
everything. Full makeup. You got to be completely done. 7 is breakfast, and then 8 o'clock you go into the first slot of the program. And you've got to be on point all the time because there's silent judges everywhere, including at breakfast.
Yeah, it's like
Then-
a performance all the time.
All
24/7
the
you are
time.
on.
And
yeah.
there's about 3 to 5 different outfit changes per day. You got to change for dinner. You've got to change for rehearsal. You've got to change for your walking session. You've got to change for whatever tour it is. You've got to change. It's every single day for 7 to 10 days. I left here to go to India with 27 different outfits for 7 days.
How long did it take you
I
to
will-
pack for that?
Days.
I know. I'm
Oh
just
my
thinking the
gosh,
packing.
days. And literally what we did is everything, we had to pre-plan it. We would have the outfit with the shoes and
Yeah,
the
the
jewelry and my
accessories and
stylist.
everything.
And we'd take a picture and we would slap it into a Ziploc bag with the picture answer that I knew. And I had the itinerary and we wrote down next to itinerary everything of what was. And then we packed my suitcases in the day so that I could quickly change because now I didn't have my stylist with me. Like here locally, I would have him with me and he would prepare everything beforehand. There it was different.
There you were alone.
My luggage was insane. I'm telling you, John, there's days I phoned my husband from the airport and cried saying they are wanting to charge me again for extra luggage. It was madness. And then when I came back from India, I had taken 3 titles, 3 awards, or 3 titles there. I took Mrs. Glam World Africa. Then I was second princess for Mrs. Glam World. And then I got the Mrs. Culinary Award, and then there were 2 others. So now I had 3 extra crowns. I had these massive trophies with me. I had the gifts that they had given me. So my luggage was even heavier. Then I took the crowns and the trophies, and they had given me one of the sponsors had given watches. It was one of the gifts that we won. And I had that in my bag, in my backpack. Beautiful, beautiful stuff, right? Had it in my backpack, and they
customed
refused. They refused. Firstly, they refused that I was not allowed to have that on board with me because that together
Had to be cleared.
is too heavy, right? So they wanted me to pay for it. And secondly, they just decided, no, you have to pack this in and lock it into, you can't take it as carry-on luggage. You have it as checked-in luggage. And I'm like, well, what if my stuff gets damaged? I didn't know what to do. I just called him and cried. And he was like, what's wrong? What's wrong? And I'm like,
I think you should travel with an assistant
yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
to take the brunt
Yeah.
of it.
So
Yeah.
it's really, there's so much
it's an
work.
effort being beautiful.
It is an effort. There's so much work
And to
that
be in a
goes into
pageant,
it.
Yeah.
it looks so
No,
simple,
complex.
but
It's
it's a
not.
lot of work.
But now
It's
I tell you,
not.
we have the complete revelation of why
Of
she
what
likes
it
a
is, yeah.
tracksuit.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
definitely,
yes,
definitely.
yes. That's
You
why
know,
I told you about it
I
before.
felt like that when with First Ladies, you know.
Yes,
It's
yes.
always like on point, you know.
Yes,
that,
well,
that
we
type of
also
thing.
know what that feels like.
So I love dressing up. I love looking beautiful. And obviously, once you take certain titles, you can't just be seen in public or at certain events. I love makeup-free days
Yeah.
because it gives my
Oh, that's
skin a
me too.
breather.
Yeah.
But I also love dressing up. I love all of that. But I love those days when I can just stay in my tights and a
that's
tank
me,
top.
right?
It's
And
just so
Tackies
nice.
and
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
If you don't know what's tack, it's just trainers, right?
Love it. Love it.
No,
love it, love it.
but I think I think that you do need a tracksuit.
You do.
And I
or
think-
a tight
Well,
and a tank top.
what
for
I'm
that
saying is
matter.
the metaphorical tracksuit.
Yes.
You do need to find something
do.
where you just allow yourself to just
And it's
be.
okay to be. Look, don't live in it.
No, very important.
But it's okay
yeah.
to be there.
Very
Yes,
important.
make
Don't live
the
in
effort.
it. Yeah.
Make the effort.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer, and I always raise my kids to say, if you're going to dress yourself like the gardener, you're going to feel like the gardener, and
Yeah,
you're going to
and
be
people's
the
gonna
gardener.
see
You're gonna
you as a gardener.
You're going to behave that way.
That's right.
But if you dress up like, okay, I'm the CEO of the
That's correct.
organization, you're going to not only feel
Absolutely
it,
so.
but you're going to behave it.
Yes.
So just dress the part for life, for where you're going, for what you're doing, and
Yeah.
That's right.
just show up for the moment. So don't live in the tracksuit pants.
We've
So
got
yeah, I've
many,
got a few people online. So wil jy deur dit gaan, sister?
Go ahead.
Do
go
you want to
ahead.
go?
I
Okay.
don't mind at
So,
all.
Michelin Peterson, thank you so much for everybody. First and foremost, thank you so much for tuning in this morning. We really appreciate you tuning in and speaking to us, actually. Thank you so much. He says, good morning, beautiful ladies. Pastor Joan, Pastor Lee. It's Women's Month. Yeah, happy Women's Month. Today is the first. Hey, man. I can feel that vibe, and I know Lady S is on the line. So
She
yeah,
is. She's there also.
I'm sure she's there, right?
She is.
So thank you so much for tuning in. And then Amina Peterson, thank you so much for tuning in. She says, "Good morning, Pastor Joan, Pastor Lee. What an awesome topic." She says, "So awesome. This Us Women's Month." Yeah. You go ahead.
Micheline Peterson, she says, Vaseline is the original gangster, the OG. The OG remedy, the faithful one.
That's right.
And then Amina also knows Sister Vaseline. Yeah, she says Vaseline is the thing.
Yeah.
She says, she also, her beauty hack is that she also takes all the makeup off. Then we had Sonia Forster. Good morning, beautiful ladies. Happy authentic August month and fabulous Women's Month. Micheline, my husband has his own facial routine with his own set of products that really works for
goodness.
him. And he's really got a thing for good skin now.
Oh, wow.
But that is something that has developed over the years, she says. And then she agrees that sin makes you ugly.
True.
And she also says that God has made us unique and we must embrace our difference. And that's very
Eileen
essential.
Perlman.
Yes, en dan Amina sê ek, ja, die Here het ons mooi gemaak. And then Micheline, she's watched the movie that I was referring to. And she says it actually took our attention off the movie because they were so distracted by all the work that was done on, these particular co-stars.
Wow.
And then we have Victoria Twala in the house. Good morning, beautiful ladies. I turned in late, but will stay till the end of the show. Love the topic, beauty, women love beauty, and I am aging gracefully.
Oh, and truly she is, right?
Love it.
And then she sends a last comment, and the beauty of a woman is not in a facial mode, but the true beauty is reflected in her soul. So thank you, ladies.
Yeah, that's so true.
Thank you. I noticed none of you actually gave us your beauty secrets, but keep your secrets, it's fine.
Yeah, some women don't like to share their secrets. right?
Recipes and beauty hacks.
Yeah,
We will
so now
keep
I
them.
want to get to the tips before we leave. We
Okay.
only have, it's
We're
10,
down to minutes.
But yeah,
Yeah.
a minute just for beauty tips, girl.
When we spoke earlier on about favorite beauty hacks,
Yeah.
I wanted to tell you my aunt has got the following hack. She always keeps 3 to 5 different lipstick colors in her bag.
Yeah.
And no matter what happens, even if she doesn't do full makeup, she believes just put on some lipstick, it changes the way you feel, which is actually just, it's so true.
That's
So
very
beauty tips for me,
I agree.
I mean, we already spoke about the collagen. So, and if you want to see the product, SamanthaEdwards.co.za. That's where you find it. Our weight loss clinic is on there as well. We can chat a little bit more about it. You can get in touch with us about it. We know collagen is my thing. I also don't sleep with makeup ever. We've got an incredible exfoliating facial scrub that we've been busy testing. Yes. So, and it's because of the fact that we do so much makeup and sometimes heavy that we brought that in. And I love it. So that's probably going to be out within the next month. It is divine. In terms of lipstick, I'm one of those people that always struggled all the years. You know, they say you got to put a lip pencil, which is true, and then the lipstick on the inside, it keeps it nice. But because of my own skin tone, not all lip pencils work that well for me, especially
Yeah.
like the light brown ones, etc. And then I had the frustration that the matte lipstick would always crack on my lips.
That's me, no?
Then
Yeah.
I learned the following.
like them.
I take the matte lipstick and I use the matte lipstick as my liner, right? Instead of a pencil.
Wow.
And then I put the normal lipstick on the inside.
Nice tip, nice
It
tip.
So that's a hack.
Works. It absolutely, it works.
Yeah,
It works
because
beyond
that
shadow of a
also will
doubt.
help for it not to go over, no? Because
Yes,
that's
it
most matte.
doesn't.
Lead, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it seals and it keeps, and with the matte lipstick, you can do whatever shape it is that you want. Eye cream is my next tip, morning and evening. I'm very diligent about that. I keep my eye cream. Our eye cream doesn't, deals with the dark rings, puffiness, the fine lines, the wrinkles, etc. But I find that the eye cream, I put it at the top as well because sometimes with the lashes it hurts a little bit. But the eye cream sets the eyeshadow very nicely as well. So that's my other tip that I never go out without is definitely the eye cream. My winter hack, which is now when it is winter, is lip balm. The lips get cracked and
Yeah,
chapped so
yeah.
quickly. So I sometimes even put that over everything. I do try to exercise at least 5 days a week, even if it is just for 20 minutes. I get onto a spinning bike. I love my bike. It's good de-stressing. It's good detoxing. Water. Hydrate. Do about 3 liters a day.
Woo!
And green
I'm
tea
very
is
bad with water.
and green tea is my last tip that I'm going to give. I can give you lots of tips, but green tea is the other one for me.
That's Leanne's favorite.
Yes, I have a cup of green tea every night before bed. It's so good for the digestive system, so good for the body. And my shoes, guys. Anybody that knows me knows I love shoes.
Girlfriend.
Don't talk to
And
Joan and
I am now, look, I just used to I love my shoes, and I used to have this obsession with getting out of my car, and the first thing you see is this beautiful shoe, but the driving spoils it so
Yeah,
badly.
very.
So I've learned that I don't drive with my shoes anymore. I'm just so religious now about looking after my shoes. So I drive with flip-flops or slippers or sandals or something and put my shoes on before
Okay.
I get out.
Shoe preservation.
But shoes,
A shoe preservation strategy.
because
Yes.
it's heartbreaking. Like just like
Yeah,
you
that's
said
true,
now,
no?
when you got to
It
give
does.
away the clothing is one thing. It is more painful for me to have to give my shoes away.
Ooh, I had to give all my shoes away.
I can find another blouse.
high heels.
I can find another blouse similar to the one I have to give away, or
just
similar
not
to
my
the
shoe.
dress.
But not
the
the shoe.
shoes, you'll never get it again because the styles change. So I try to preserve them.
I'll
try
come
to
to
preserve
Crystal
them.
when it's shoe day, girl.
Okay.
Okay, last comments, guys. We're going to say tata to you, but last comments quickly, and then we're going to say bye-bye because, we're over our time.
Samantha Edwards, it was lovely to meet you. Thank you for sharing so beautifully and openly. If you guys want to check out her handle is Samantha Edwards,
Samantha_Edwards_official.
and she's on all the socials.
Instagram, Facebook, yes.
So you can follow her, and I think she also would share information of her beauty line on there. We
Yes.
Joan and I love celebrating ladies that are doing it for
Oh,
themselves.
yeah.
So
Love
well
it.
done.
Well done.
You always get appreciation and support from us. We appreciate it. And continue being your beautiful self.
Yes.
And reflecting that and just imparting that to everyone you meet. And then from me, beauty is really something from the inside, and so allow God to make you beautiful, and you can play and accessorize with everything external, but let beauty come from your spirit and allow God to give you that.
Yes.
To that.
So love is from me, Joan.
Yeah, I'm going to go over to Sam. I'm just going to say tata.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, thank you to Joan and to Lee for having me. It was fantastic to be here. It was nice to have the conversation. And to your viewers, just back on what we said when we first started, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. You don't need to have an identity crisis. God made you perfect. The Bible says that you are his masterpiece. You are beautiful just the way you are. Enhance that as much as you want to, but you don't need to change. You are flawless just the way you are. And there's somebody that out there that loves your shape, your size, your style, just the way you are. So love who you are, celebrate who you are, get up, dance, sing a song, and just love yourself in the moment.
Yay, guys, we came to the end of our show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We love you. God loves you best. Go in the peace of the Lord. Mwah.
In the shade, as I look upon my life, in the shade, there's a passion inside. Heaven knows I'm living my dreams. As I look upon my life.